So we now know that there's no plastic wrap solid barrier to trap heat on our planet, and instead it's a collection of heat trapping gases called greenhouse gases. Well, this puppet show is going to show you a little bit more about how these heat trapping gases operate, and will prep you to be able to watch the global warming game and have a deeper understanding of it. Now, I will say these puppets aren't quite as cute as like Connie and Connor and Ozzy and Olivia, but I think that they will do the job. Okay, so I'm going to do my best with this one. Here we go. Okay. Hello, I'm a visible light photon. I'm energy from the sun that's in the wavelength that you can see. I start in outer space and I enter Earth's atmosphere. When I enter Earth's atmosphere, I come in contact with what you see there, carbon dioxide. I am the wrong wavelength, I pass right through and head to Earth's surface. Now, when this visible light photon that we can actually see hits Earth's surface, it's going to have two options. It can either be reflected or I can be absorbed by a molecule on the surface. This time, I hit Rocky, the rock molecule. This time, Rocky is absorbed, or excuse me, the visible light photon is absorbed by Rocky. Now watch what happens. This is scientifically true. Rocky does this. He begins to vibrate. He's absorbing energy from that visible light photon. Now, when that energy is absorbed, remember, energy isn't created or destroyed, it's just transferred and transformed. It becomes something different, a different wavelength of light called an infrared photon. Now, this infrared photon is energy that we feel as heat. Now, this infrared photon leaves Rocky, right? The heat leaves Rocky and starts moving in our atmosphere. Now it comes in contact with a carbon dioxide molecule, which is a greenhouse gas. Watch the difference. The infrared photon we feel as heat is the right wavelength, and so the carbon dioxide absorbs that heat and begins to vibrate. Now, absorbing that heat means it's trapping that heat in our atmosphere and behaving like the plastic wrap. Now, there are actually two options what can happen to the infrared photon. It could go back to Earth, it could go out to space. Today, it's going to go out to space. And that is the way that photons interact with carbon dioxide and other heat trapping gases in our atmosphere.